If everyone wants to create their own version of movies, Unreal is the best tool.
The screams of the innocent echo in my ears, driving me forward.
More angry,
This city is mine.
more darkness,
I'm not dead.
more rage,
You think I'm hiding in the shadows,
furious,
but I am the shadows.
violent.
I am the nightmare that never ends.
I just want to work the opposite direction. Unreal 4 change our lives. There is also a lot of fights in the comment section.
Oh, really? Die-hard fans of Batman arguing about
Exactly.
favourite Batman in the history of Batman.
A lot of people may disagree, but
Hey, Mehran.
hey, Jamie, how are you doing, man?
I'm very good, thanks. How are you?
Great. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
You can do it!
My name is Alireza, very common name in Muslim countries. Like people around here call me Mehran. I live in Iran. It's not a really easy country to live. There is a lot of sanctions, a lot of unrest, social restrictions, and internet is not good. I start using 3D back in 2001 in actually original Unreal editor. After that, I use mostly 3D Max for RQs stuff. Then I got into commercial work, TV series and such. But then Unreal 4 came around and changed our lives. Yeah, and I never came back from it. Love it so much. It gave us a lot of freedom, a lot of opportunities. So yeah, I started creating cinematics and short animations in Unreal, and here we are.
Would you walk us through a typical day for you?
Wake up early, doing some YouTube checks, then I go to my office, which is a few meters from my home, because I'm that lazy.
It's not that I'm lazy. It's that I just don't care.
I mean, we can get straight into the Batman episode. Where did it all start for you? Clearly a fan of the Batman games or the movies or the IP.
It was my passion from my teenage years or even before that. I saw those animated TV series back in, 90s. We don't have access to it from a TV network or something. We watch it on VHS. That was my first contact with the Batman. I started creating something with the idea of Batman back in my early 3D years. I abandoned the idea until recently. I just want to create something really quick. So I created the first teaser with some stock motions, combining different things from iClone, Mixamo, and do it in 3-4 days. I never thought it would be so popular. Yeah, I do it all by myself. After that, I collaborate with few of my friends and fellow Persian artists around the world to create something original from scratch. The model that is really nice, really awesome.
Yeah, really nice. Who made that? Was it one of your team, like your friends that helped?
Yeah, one of my friends. Actually, he's based on UK.
Can we get a shout out to your friend who created the Batman model? Can we get a name?
Oh yeah, he's Human Rod. He's working in Splash Damage, a game company. He's so nice that he does it for free. Yeah, it took him, I guess, around about a month or two. The details are amazing.
Yeah.
Everyone loves that. Actually, I got a lot of messages that wants me to share the model, the world. Maybe I do after I create my shorts with it.
What software did you make that in?
Yeah, it's mainly ZBrush
Is it?
and Substance Painter for the textures. The rig also is done by another friend. He uses Maya for the rigging. It's a really advanced rig because he combined MetaHuman with the Maya one. So it's really complicated and it has a lot of controls and such. I also talked to a local stunt team here for the actual fighting scenes. And we have a mocap studio here in Iran, actually the biggest one in Middle East. So we're going to capture it here, and we have the team and everything is ready. I just got busy with a lot of client works, so it's going slow for now, but I plan to create a 15 minutes at first short and hopefully convert it to a series, web series or something, and see what happens.
Hell yeah, that is really, really exciting. I'm sure many people are, waiting for the developments of this, messaging you going, come on, Mehran, when's the... And you're like,
oh, yeah,
just give me a break.
Every day, yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
I never anticipated it.
Do you wake up in the morning and check the views every morning to see how...
Oh, yeah. Check views, check comments.
Awesome,
I
man.
wish it can go to 1 million or something.
And a message from Christopher Nolan would be icing on the cake.
Oh, or Warner Bros. With their lawyers.
Are you potentially waiting for an email to take it down?
Maybe, I don't know the rules. Should be fine, hopefully.
If the video goes down, then we know why.
Yeah.
Do you approach a short like this traditionally with storyboards and planning out the action? Can you talk a little bit about the planning process of this?
Yeah, the interesting thing about me that animators actually hate is that I don't like to use the storyboards, even for my commercial projects, especially with Unreal. Looking around in the scene and choosing camera angle based on the lighting and motion is a godsend for us. So that's why I usually tend to start with a rough animation and then decide what angles I should use, what's the lighting. Even the scene is actually based on the chosen camera angles. So for the rough animations, we also use references, like we film ourselves doing the action or using movies as a reference. So when we lock the cameras, we then start polishing the animation and lighting and things like that. But for the teaser, I just...
Had fun inside Unreal Engine by the looks of it.
Yeah. I just open iClone in another monitor and Unreal on other. So I just export, import, experiment, things, change things and change cameras here. So it's a few trial and error and just doing some additional actions, fighting scenes. I just choose the best ones and edit them together.
In the reference videos, did you play Batman by any chance?
Oh, actually, no, because I have a taller friend.
Okay.
I use him.
I find this when I'm inside Unreal Engine, and many people do as well. Once you're in the scene and you've got the power to kind of move the camera around and experience that real-time environment, you really do feel like you're on set. And when you're on set in a location, you can explore things that you might not really realize in the planning stage, that when you get there, I'm like, oh, there's a reflection there of in the water, and then I can pan up and then this comes into frame, and it's a real like playground for a cinematographer and a camera operator and a filmmaker.
Exactly. That's why I try to say to a lot of my friends, animator friends, but they don't enjoy it because I usually change things a lot, so you have to adapt to that. But yeah, it's like live action directing. You're going to a set and choose things based on what the actors like rehearsed or what's the lighting going to look like. And also a lot of times the rig or animation just forced me to choose the right camera angle. So it's not always about the story. Yeah.
No, I agree. And I think many people experience that.
We try to hide.
Yeah, you try to hide everything, and everybody's cheating every shot at some point. Maybe the feet go through the floor and you could just not show the feet.
And also it's like a lot of movies these days, because they also want to hide the actor because he's not really good at fighting, so they choose closer and more cuts. So that's why it also looks more realistic.
I've got a question from somebody in the Discord community. So, Mehran, how do you make your cinematics stand out from others?
I go for a more gritty realist look, like a Bourne series, Bourne Ultimatum and such. And also I go for a more violent, more dark version. The recent Batman one is,
Oh, mate, I love that.
yeah, I love that, but they go for a soft, skinny, like a very positive Batman. I just want to go the opposite direction, like make him more angry, violent, like furious. I just want to make something with more rage, more darkness. The iconic picture for me is the one that he's like all torn apart and bloody and just tired. That's the key art for me. The Batman who is beaten up and he's really angry. Also, I go for a more bulkier, more mature, older Batman. It's complete opposite to the Pattinson one. Hopefully, it's going to work. That's a different take on the character.
If anybody has the opportunity to create their own character for a short like yourself, you're going to create your own version that you want for a project, and it's clear that this is a bit of this and a bit of that, but it's my own take on what I want Batman to be.
If I have to choose, I would take the look of Ben Affleck Batman, the cinematography of the recent one, and the story from Nolan one. If I can combine the three, I can't because I'm not as talented as those guys, but that would be my ideal version.
In your early tests and on the rig inside of Maya, we see the cape, and you may have been asked this question a lot. Is there a reason why Batman didn't have a cape in the final test? I imagine it's difficult to get a cape to do what you want it to do in a fight sequence. That's just my thought.
Actually, the fight sequence is before that model and capes and things like that. But after that, I try to add that to in Unreal, but Unreal Kilo system is not really good. So there is a lot of clipping, there is a lot of noise that I talked to a friend for doing the thing in Marvelous Designer. I don't know how others do that in movies or games. That's really hard because it's always getting in the way and actually not practical in real world and also in animation and in movies. It gave me a lot of trouble, but I'm going to add that eventually because a lot of people ask.
I can imagine.
Yeah, like 30% of all comments are just asking about the cape.
You don't want to annoy them too much, and the people that go, Batman needs a cape, why the hell has he not got a cape?
Exactly. It's a lot of trouble, but I just should do a fan service and add that. Yeah.
It is difficult. Like you say, even in like real, like in a live action scenario, anybody fighting with such a large cape,
Exactly.
it never feels practical ever. Whether it's CG or live action, it's a very awkward thing to have on your back when you're fighting.
It's actually a weak point. Like everyone can pull it and just.
Yeah, why are they not just pulling his cape and just like ragging him around?
Your cape, it's getting way out of control. Like, shut up, Robin. You're just jealous how awesome my cape is.
Exactly. And there is also a cinematic cartoon. In that one, Batman doesn't have any cape.
There's so many versions of Batman. Like I say, it's fascinating, to see everybody's approach.
Like a lot of people ask why your Batman is so fat. Well, it's not really like practical to be this bulky, but I just want to be a different Batman.
We said at the start, you can do whatever the hell you want. This is your version. Yeah. You've put the time in. Everybody's going to have opinions and say, I wouldn't have done that. You can't please everybody.
Exactly. A lot of people ask why it doesn't wear an armor, because I don't want to be so realistic. I just want to be classic clothes. Why not? Why everything should make sense?
Absolutely. Do you edit the sequence inside of Unreal Sequencer, or do you just create shots and edit it in an external program?
It gets complicated because I change lights between different shots and move things around based on the camera. So it's really easier for me to just add a new sequencer for every shot and just edit things in Premiere. Yeah, it's very easier and just less complicated for me. The thing is that a lot of people, especially newcomers, are too worried about continuity, especially with lighting or scene geometry or even animation. But most people won't notice anything.
It's exactly what would happen on set for a lot of the time. It's everything's cheated, and that's why people meticulously sit through and find continuity errors and put videos on YouTube of, did you see this scene where Batman had his cape on this side of his shoulder, and then the next shot is over this side?
Yeah, but these things takes time. And
yeah, of course.
But it's not worth it at the end. Like it's like a 10%. If it takes long and just slow you down, just get rid of it.
Absolutely, 100% agree. To make yours stand out from others, what kind of techniques or tricks do you use inside of Unreal Engine, whether it's the lighting or the design or the mood?
The thing that I noticed about a lot of fan-made Batman movies is the story is good sometimes, but the look, the feel, the production design, and lighting cinematography is not as good as movies. So when I approached it, the main things for me is getting a film look, a cinematic look that stand out, because in Unreal we can do that for cheap. I actually plan to have a good story too. I'm not really good at it, but I'm trying to watch a lot of TV series, games, and collaborate with other writers. But the main things that I think we can be proud of and be stand out from rest is the look department. If everyone wants to experience and create their own version of movies, I think Unreal is the best tool.
What kind of advantages does a filmmaker get when creating such a short film inside of Unreal Engine? What's the advantages of that?
Like, for example, meta-human faces is like a dream for every 3D artist. Like 2-3 years ago, if you want to get that quality, you have to spend millions, and just a few companies can do that. Like everyone now can create realistic actors, realistic cinematics. It's one of those crucial moments in 3D history that open up a lot of opportunities for a lot of 3D artists. Having a real-time renderer without needing a expensive render farm is also the key. Yeah, that's really a great opportunity for everyone.
There's so many factors to making such a film, whereas this really, you can sit down in a room on your own with friends and make a short film that looks that good.
Yeah.
It's exciting times for filmmakers.
Yeah, and I watched recently the Superman short, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking. We're going to get those on soon to talk about that project.
They are really talented. I actually talked to them. Really cool guys.
Are we going to see a Batman vs Superman crossover in the Unreal world?
Yeah, maybe one day. That would be cool. Because that scene in Snyder one is not actually that good, in my opinion. Maybe someday you can create that, or adding Ninja Turtles to the mix.
Hell yes. I would love to see that. So a question from the community as well. What kind of improvements would you hope for as a filmmaker in Unreal Engine?
Yeah, the main problem and frustration for a lot of us is that this software is not meant to be for animation and cinematics. It's really a game engine. It has a lot of quirks and user-friendly things. It's not really stable for this kind of work. It takes a long time to get good results. Like in comparison to offline renderers, Blender, Max, V-Ray, or everything, it's really hard to get good result. It's constantly fighting you for bringing the quality down because of performance reasons. So it would be cool if things get more streamlined. It's not really a moneymaker for Epic Games. Up until recently, they just do it for free. So that's awesome, and we should all thanks them.
I never thanked you for saving my life.
So yeah, I think we need more reliable software, more tools for customizing MetaHumans, because now there is a lot of hacks, there is a lot of tricks, move things to Maya to edit, combining things, a lot of patchworks to get things done.
Like you say, it's a game engine at the end of the day. So I export animation from there and an Alembic and an FBX into here, and I do cloth sim here, and I bring it into Unreal Engine. It's really interesting knowing everybody's kind of way to do things. But what I really love is these communities of Unreal Engine Discord channels and artists that are jumping into Unreal Engine and making their own short films. It feels like everybody helps each other out, and I love everybody's input to kind of empower everybody else in the community to make these things come to life, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Without forums, without Discord or YouTube tutorials, no one can do anything in Unreal, I guess. We need a lot of helps, a lot of scripts, plugins and recommendations and things like that. So the community is great. It's like Blender that everyone help each other, and there's a lot of free tools, free resources. So yeah, that's really nice. For MetaHumans, there is not a lot of documentation or tutorials from Epic itself. So every hack, every tool is just from community. And I don't know if Epic actually wants or know about these hacks or tricks, but
You're so wise. I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
There's obviously people that come across short films like this made by an individual or a small team. They've got to look at the quality of this and go like, holy shit, this is done by like 3 people or 1 person. And, you know, like we're a big studio and this looks that good. Super inspiring. And you only go on inspire other people. So, you know, when we saw this short, everyone is kind of seen it or they're aware of it. So we just couldn't help but just contact you, and we'd just love to talk about it because it inspires other people to make more movies, you know.
Oh, I'm glad, I'm honored. So yeah, I really love to help others with these things and getting back to community and like helping other to create their own versions of things. So yeah, that's why I actually been active in the cinematic Discord, the filmmaker cinematic Discord, and trying to help others and gave my like experiences and such. So yeah, that's how we grow together. It only gets better.
We've got another question from the community. Who is your favourite community manager in the Unreal Engine cinematics artist and filmmakers community? Is it Connor Buchanan?
Yes. Well, yeah, he's a really cool guy.
That question came directly from Connor, by the way.
Yes. Yeah, he's my favorite. So yeah, really cool guy, really talented guy. So
awesome, man. We had him on the podcast a few episodes ago. He's a super nice guy, so talented.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
An inspiring story from Connor, you know, learning Unreal Engine in the year and doing the stuff that he's done. It's incredible. So out of interest, Mehran, is there any time where you kind of balance your work with something completely different from computers and movies?
It happens when my friends or family force me to do.
They just drag you away from the computer.
Where you going, huh? Where you think you're going, Mr. Wiggles? Come on, get back here. Help me! Help me!
Yeah, they try a lot. Sometimes they succeed. I have no life. It's just Harry. My hobbies and my work is like the same thing.
Yeah,
like there is a lot of overlap. Yeah, we are so lucky. Well, it's not really good for our health or social life, but hey, we are making movies, so that's fun.
Yes, absolutely.
Sometimes there are other activities like few games here and there, restaurants and coffee shops and such. But other than that, I'm not interested in a lot of regular activities.
You've got shit to do, Mehran. You've got there's movies to be made and viral Batman features to be done.
Yeah, even if I don't have any work to do, I just reminded that I have a Batman to finish. So that puts a lot of pressure on me. So when I'm doing something else, I always feel that I'm wasting time and missing out. So
do you find that the community also messaging you going, when's Batman finished? When will the...
Yeah, all the time. I get messages in Instagram, in YouTube. What about the Batman when the next clip goes out? Yeah, and there is also a lot of fights in the comment section in my YouTube shorts.
Oh, really? Batman fanboys are these kind of diehard fans of Batman arguing about...
Yeah. The main thing is that in one of those shorts, there is a soldier that stand up against Batman and they fight for a few seconds, and it upset a lot of fanboys because they think that no one can stand that long in front of Batman, so they got
pissed off.
Yeah, a lot of people actually like the idea because it's more realistic. That's why they have fights over these things. There is a hot topic.
You can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, but I'm afraid because doing something wrong in design or story or everything, I think I can get a lot of people upset. So we should be careful.
Oh yeah, especially the Batman community. You know?
Exactly.
You know, once you put it out there into the world, have you had much work from the back of creating this small Batman piece?
Actually, most of my international works came from that Batman short. But there's a lot of paid jobs, a lot of free ones. So I encourage everyone to do something like that because it's open a whole new world for you.
What advice would you give for anybody looking to create their own short film inside of Unreal Engine?
A lot of people just wait for a good story, wait for like a really nice team, a lot of money. But I woke up one day and I just decided to create a Batman short. And like 2-3 days later, I have something that got a lot of views and it encouraged me to create a whole new universe or series or something. You have to just do it. Don't waste time to learn everything yourself. You can always use your friends. So definitely try to connect with people and get help. And the other thing that is actually secret sauce in this regard is just doing it based on your strength. If you're good at one specific thing, try to wrap your whole idea around that. Everyone thinks that, oh, he created this thing and he's really great director, he's a jack of all trades, but the thing is that I'm only good at what I show. I try to dodge a lot of things along the way, things I'm not good at or cost a lot of money. So you should do that too. That's the trick. You should always play by your strengths.
That's a great piece of advice. Because I guess it puts a lot of people off sometimes if they think, I can't do everything. I need to know everything, but it's not necessarily the case. You just, play to your strengths and, like you said, just do it.
Do it, or if it's really hard, dodge it and just find a way around it.
Nice one. Thanks, Mehran. I've got 2 more questions. One from the community and then one from myself. Any franchises you think should be rebooted, maybe in Unreal Engine?
It would be cool if we see more animes, more old cartoons in Unreal. So a bit more stylized one, because that's really, really hard to do. So if you could find someone who can actually do more stylized things, more action anime, sci-fi things in Unreal, that would be cool. I love to see Blade Runner one.
Hell yes.
Yeah, that would be cool because Unreal is just perfect for it. I'm waiting for a Blade Runner, probably.
Nice one. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are as well. That's big favourite of ours as well. I've got one final question, it's a bit of fun. Favourite Batman in the history of Batman and your least favourite adaptation of Batman?
A lot of people may disagree, but as an actor, I think Ben Affleck is the perfect one in terms of looks, even character, voice, and everything. The later one, Pattinson, is my least favourite.
Is it?
I think he's too, quiet, too weak. He's too depressed. I don't know. It doesn't do much. He's not charismatic enough as a Batman. I want it to be more ragey, more dark, like the Ben Affleck one. The story was not great, but I liked what they do with the character.
Everybody's got their own perfect version of Batman. So, yeah, thanks, Mehran.
Yeah.
Is there anything to finish on that you wanted to mention about your process or anything that we may have missed?
The only thing is that I wish we can create something together, having a collaborative project with all the talents we have. Not necessarily a short movie. It can be like a tutorial. It can be something that we can use that potential in the community, create something useful for others. That would be cool. If anyone have any idea about that.
That's great. Like we said earlier, the community is so helpful and friendly and welcoming to every artist that's, involved in any kind of filmmaking, Unreal or any process in the 3D world. So a great place to be. Thanks, Mehran. Honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure to hang out with you and
Me too.
dive into your process with the Batman. So thanks.
I'm really grateful to be here. Thank you, and thanks community. And thanks for the great questions. It was an honor and really fun. So thank you.
Pleasure. Take care, Mehran. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye, buddy.
See ya.